need the mic. Hello, just setting up here. How's everyone doing? I'm Robin Shaw, Canadian teacher. Let me know you can hear me and see me, please. Hello. Who's in the chat room? Carrie says knock knock. Ari, hi. Grace, hi. Prakar, hello. Welcome. What's happening? Can you hear me? Anybody? Anybody there? Talk to me now. All right, thank you, Grace. I have one student today. One is enough. Grace is enough. I'm happy to teach only Grace today. And Carrie and Grace are talking, not about me. All right, hello guys. This is English Q&A. I'm going to try to do more English Q&A. I think that's how I can help people more, is if I'm on live stream more often, answering more questions. I think this would be better for people than lessons, because I can't really talk to people and answer their questions during the lessons. So I'm here. And let's see, who else is Prakar, Emu, welcome back. Fenny's here. So we're at about 5 students. Surya Ban, good evening. Welcome to English class. If you guys have any questions, you should start preparing your questions now. Any English question, well, I'm not going to answer any English question. Some questions are too difficult even for me. Joyanne, hello. Jianlu, Sialer, Heng Tong. Oh, Heng Tong, welcome. I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, as you can see, the updated schedule says almost every day. Not every day, but I'll try to come in. I'll try to come here every night if I can. If I can't, I'm busy. I can't come here, but I'll do my best. All right, let's see what the questions are. Grace always has questions because she's a good student. Have, has, got, gotten. Got or gotten. I have heard you use both. He has got. No, did you mean got versus gotten? Yeah, Grace, you've heard both. I agree. You've heard both got and gotten. Why did you hear both? I'm just going to check what's happening with got and gotten. There is a difference. And it's complicated. Wow, there's like 2 pages of differences between got versus gotten. And this, sorry, Grace, this is not going to be fast. So it can be get, got, past tense of got, or past tense of get when you get something, and it can also be the past participle of get. Yeah, it's a little more wow. Grace, my first question is one of the biggest questions I've ever gotten on this. And it's also a regional problem because different regions use it differently. I mean, like Canadians use it different than Americans and British. So that's too complicated of a question. But you're going to hear both, and it might depend on the English speaker. If you have specific sentences, let me know. Sorry, guys. Wow, that was a difficult question. And Grace, I cannot answer it. I cannot answer that question right now. Sorry. Elma from Philippines, hello. Lethan Chuang, hello. Yeah, Grace, there's a few differences. Pretty Cat, welcome. I'm doing fine. You guys should be asking any question. Ask me English questions. So, you guys are studying every day, right? Of course, you're studying English every day. Every day, you're practicing your listening, you're speaking, you're reading, you're writing, and every day you're gonna see some new English, and you're gonna be confused, and you're gonna have questions. Bring me the questions. If you're not studying English every day, and you're just randomly asking questions, I don't want that. I want real questions because you're studying English every day. Grace says, I don't study English every day. Ha ha ha, I would try. You do study English every day, Grace, because you're in the WhatsApp groups every day. I see. Well, I don't go there every day these days, but I do see you. Whenever I go to the WhatsApp group, you're always there. That's studying. Hang Tong, I get up at 10 and I wake up at 10. What is the difference between get up and wake up? Well, generally speaking, there is no difference. All right. When a native speaker says I get up at 10, I wake up at 10, that means the same thing. They're getting out of bed. I'm waking up. Good morning. So the native speaker is going to use it the same way. It means the same thing. But technically, if we go into the details of what those mean, get up means get up out of bed. Wake up means open your eyes. So wake up and get up. But they mean the same thing. In the morning, you open your eyes and you get out of bed. So don't think there's a big difference between them. Pretty Cat's a new student. Where are you from, Pretty Cat? Did you subscribe, Pretty Cat? Ahmed, I hear you you're driving, Ahmed? I hope you're not driving. Tika says she misses my live streaming. I miss you too, Tika. Hamza, how to memorize phrasal verbs. It's too complicated. Well, first of all, you need two as T-O-O, too complicated. I don't teach to memorize phrasal verbs. You have to learn phrasal verbs by reading and listening, the natural way. Memorizing lists of phrasal verbs will never work. Never. You can never memorize thousands of phrasal verbs because they're used in specific situations. You have to get the sense of these phrasal verbs, and the only way to get the sense of that is reading a lot or listening a lot. Joanne, the sun still bright or the sun still brightness? Which one is correct? Excuse me, which one is correct? Which one is right? Sir Robin. The sun is still bright. The sun still brightness. I'm going to say you forgot the be verb is. And I'm going to say the sun is still bright outside or something. Grace says, I was going to ask Ask about some questions during Robin's live stream. Did I ask questions or I didn't ask about that? Oh, whoa, whoa. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I was going to ask about some questions. I was going to ask some questions, not ask about. I was going to ask some questions. Did I ask questions? I'm not sure what your question is. Jose, I study English every day or 3 hours a day. Oh, good for you. Thanks. Ziad's here. Hello, Ziad. Hamza, get up means stand up. It can. Get up is a phrasal verb. It can mean many, many things. It can mean stand up. It can also mean get up out of bed, wake up. OMG, Robin, almost every day. Almost every day means if I feel like it, I will do it. If I don't feel like it or I'm busy, I won't do it. Yoyan, how to talk English proficiency. How to talk English proficiency. How to become proficient in English. That takes practice. English has every language has 4 main skills: reading, writing, listening, speaking. You have to practice these skills every day. There is no quick way, Joanne. It takes a lot of hard work, time, effort. That's how you're going to do it. Oh, Pretty Cat's from Afghanistan. Thank you for subscribing, Pretty Cat. But I don't think your real name is Pretty Cat. Are you a man or a woman, Pretty Cat? Because when I say Pretty Cat, I feel that is a woman's name. Emu, Mr. Robin, I have reviewed one of your video screen English The Office. Oh, okay. I made that a long time ago. I made that about 6 or 7 years ago. I couldn't listen clearly. It is too fast in pronunciation. Is there any method to improve my listening skill? Thank you. Yeah, there's only one method to improve listening skill. To listen. All right? You got to listen to English as much as you can. I hope you can listen to English 10 hours a day, but I know that might be impossible. So listen at your level. It's very important to listen at your level. So you got to find something on YouTube or internet or an app that helps you practice listening. Find your level and just keep listening. You will get better. I promise you. You will get better in no time. Ziad, how can I use would've? Well, would've is a contraction of would have. I would have eaten dinner. Oh no, let's see. I would have gone to the movies tonight if I had more time. Now you can use would have many different ways. Here's one way. It's using with the if statement. I would have done something. I would have done something if something else. So I would have eaten dinner if I didn't do the live stream. That is one way to use would have. Fanny, sometimes I forget to add be verb. Should we use be verb every sentence? You shouldn't use the be verb every sentence. You can use other verbs. But Fanny, every ESL student, everyone learning English forgets the be verb. That's okay. That's part of learning. Grace, example, I went over to take a look for myself. Phrasal verb is this. This is not necessarily okay. Go over just means go. Over means moving to that place. So I go over. I go over there. Means I'm moving over there. So I'm on this side of the video. I'm gonna go over, move to this side. Okay. In that case, it's just moving. Li Than Chuang. How many types of phrasal verbs? I would say over 1,000. Hamza, what's the most tense in English, the most useful? Well, the tenses, the basic tenses, simple present, simple past, simple future. The simple tenses you should know. Pretty cat is Lena. Okay, thank you for joining, Lena. Anand Chanambam. Interesting question, Anand. I'm confused which is correct. First of all or first upon. The first one is correct. First of all, you could say first of all, but first upon, I haven't seen that before. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen. I'm just going to give it a check because it might be British English or something. I'm Canadian, by the way. And upon. Upon. We do use first upon, but it has a different meaning. But in it, I think you want to use first of all. It depends what kind of sentence you're trying to say. All right, Hamza, what's the difference between have been, has been, had been? Well, the first thing you have to know is past tense of have. And past tense of has. So I have, present. I had, past. She has, present. She had, past. All right? So you got to know that first, that the had is the past tense. So in your question, I guess I'll go to the board. I hope it's still on the board. Let's see. It's still there. It's small. If you're looking on a phone, it might be small. I have been sick. So these days, I could put it these days. It means currently, I have been sick. Not really, just an example sentence. But if I want to put it past tense, I had been sick, which would mean before. So I might say, last week I had been sick a little. Or I had been sick for a few months. Okay? She or he, you're just going to use has. She has been sick these days. He has been sick these days. And then again, the past tense, had. She had been sick for a while, so sometime in the past. Okay, so that's all I'm going to put on That's a little more complicated than I usually talk about Hamza, but I hope this helps you get to the next step. Grace is be put on, be as wear. Yeah, you put on clothing, you wear clothing. I'm wearing a shirt now before I put on the shirt. Now I'm wearing the shirt. So yeah, a little bit different in the meaning, because put on is the action of getting dressed. Thanks, Mr. Robbins. Sometimes I find problems about the S as he goes, he loves, but that's not the problem. The problem is as father's house, aunt's house. I hope you understand me. You're talking about possessive, fathers, aunts, possessive. Oh, pretty cat. I am hungry. I hungry. Which one is correct? The first one is correct because you need the be verb am. I am hungry. I am Canadian. And we can use a contraction. I'm hungry. Chelsea, hi, I'm from Philippines. You're so cute, Mr. Robin. Thank you. You don't have to call me Mr. Robin. Grace, if I said I was over it, does it mean I moved on from it? No, hey, Grace, you're getting into the phrasal verb trap. Of course it means something different. Over can have so many meanings, Grace. Over 10 meanings, I'm sure. I'm over it means I'm finished. That's you got to be careful, Grace. I'm over it. I'm not thinking about it anymore. I'm not thinking about it anymore. Yes, how can I say it? I don't know what you're referring to, Ziad, so I'll just go back. What was your last question? Father's house, aunt's house. What are you asking about? How to say it? Can you repeat your question? I am home. That's correct. I'm home. Ziad, honestly, you're helpful today. Well, thank you, Ziad. Kareem, I am at home or I am home. Both are okay, Kareem. Home is a very, very, very special word. All right. Home is so special that when it changes, a lot of English grammar changes when you're talking about home because home is so special. And I'll give an example. I'll do it here or here. Which do you prefer? I write on the board or I write in the chat? Which one is better? I already decided. I don't know. Board is better, definitely. All right, good. Now, look how special home is. I go to the bank. We must have the article the here. I go to the bank. I go to the restaurant. Work is very common, so we can cut out the. I go to work. I go to work. But home, we can cut out to, we can cut out the, we can just say I go home. And home is the only word. It is so special that it's the only word we can say I go home. So home, I am home. Let's change it. Let's put the be verb there. I'm home. You can say that. Can you say I'm work? Can't say that. You must put the preposition of place at. So if you put I am at home, that's okay. But again, home is so special that we could cut it out and just say I'm home. Oh, I should remind you guys that the Q&A today is going to be shorter because in 30 minutes, I'm going to do a live stream on the big channel. So I'll probably be here another 10 minutes and then at 11:30 my time, that's in about 34 minutes, I'm going to start another live stream on the big channel, on the Shaw English channel. How can he not have noticed? The first one is correct. How can he not have noticed? That's used for emphasis. Jose, I'm learning a lot from your class, and I hope to be fluent, or I hope to speak fluently in my future. Hamza doesn't, okay. Today's topic is just English Q&A, Jessica. If you have any English question, now is the time. Put the link here to watch. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, it's always difficult to get the links. I'll try to do it quick. I'll get that link. Maybe not. Yes. Emu, Mr. Rahman, if I want to improve my vocabulary, how many words do I need to memorize per day? You do not need to memorize per day. I'm not a vocabulary teacher. I'm a reading teacher. Reading books is the best way to improve your vocabulary. Books, articles, poems, Twitter, Facebook, reading in English. This is going to improve your vocabulary, not memorizing vocabulary lists. Kamlesh Saini. Hello, Robin. I'm from India. I've been to India. I want to go back to India. Pretty Cat. Teacher replied. Did you ask a question, Pretty Cat? Sometimes I miss the questions. Oh, okay. I missed your question. Oh, I missed a few questions. Oh, Heng Tong asked, sorry, I missed a few questions. How many expressions of hungry, starving? There's only a few. You got the two main ones. I'm hungry, and if you're really, really hungry, you can say starving. Hamza, either or, neither nor. You ask... I taught a video about either, neither, all right? So in my video library, I already taught about either, neither, so I'm not going to talk about either, neither. But I will give you a link later. And Pretty Cat. All right, there you go. Teacher, could you explain active and passive? Well, that is not so easy to explain in 10 minutes, because that is a very complicated thing. All right, I'm just sorry, guys. There's some technical issue. All right, there's the link to the live stream on the big channel. doing 3 things right now at the same time. Multitasking. All right, pretty cat. I put 2 sentences there. The hunter killed the lion. That is active. The hunter goes out to kill, and the passive, the lion was killed by the hunter. If you see a sentence using by someone, in this case by the hunter, that is going to be your passive sentence. Now, I don't have the time to go into more detail about active or passive, but it's the way to change the sentence structures. Okay, sorry, I gotta move on. Oh, there's so many things to do right now. All right, I'm gonna get caught up in the questions here. Lam Hong, hello. Anand Chanambam. Some speakers said, don't think about grammar. Try to speak grammar. It automatically will come. What is your opinion? I agree. Don't study grammar. Waste of time. Grace, how can you not have noticed how... Oh, I already answered that. Hello from Ecuador. That's the link. Do we have live stream tomorrow too? Maybe. Shanoj, how to start learning English step by step. Step by step. I don't know your level. Which step are you starting at? Shanoj? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I need to learn how to pronounce your name step by step. I don't know your level. So it depends on your level. What level do you think you are? Jessica, don't be crazy with multitasking things. Yeah. I'm trying not to be crazy multitasking things. I got three monitors here, and I got to do different things on each monitor. One monitor is for searching. One monitor is for controlling the images like that. Support the channel. And this monitor is for the chat and the camera. Grace asks, why would Robin snub me like that? Is snub same as ignore or look down on me? It could be ignore, and it could be look down on me. Yeah, it could be both of those. Could be both of those. And Grace, I would never snub you. I would never. All right. Finally, here's the either, neither. Neither, either. That's example sentence. But there's always some truth to example sentences, right, Grace? All right, guys. I'm going to finish up in about 2 minutes. Get any last comments or questions in, because I got to start preparing for the live channel or the big channel, Shaw English Online. and there will be a lot more people, so I probably won't be able to answer everyone's question. If you have more questions there, now is your chance. Kamlesh, I have watched all your videos from Shaw English Online after downloading. You're not supposed to download the videos. I'm very happy that you're a fan and you hopefully you subscribed, but you're not supposed to download the videos. You're supposed to watch them on YouTube. Anyway, thank you, Kamlesh. I've got to go. I have to go. Yeah, those are the same, Grace. See you in Shaw English. Example of could have. Oh, you want to know that you're could have, should have, would have. Let's see. I could have taught a grammar lesson tonight. So in this case, could have is a possibility. I could have, it was possible that I taught a grammar lesson tonight, but I didn't want to. There's an example of could have. So it was possible, but for some reason I chose not to do it. Yeah, could have. It doesn't mean regret. It doesn't always mean regret. It can mean regret. You have regret, but not always. So an example, 10 years ago, I could have, should have is regret. Yes. "10 years ago, I could have moved to Japan, but I didn't. I am so happy I didn't." Okay, so that would be the opposite of regret. So could have is just possibility. Should have, then you're getting into regret. I should have moved to Japan. Carlos, can you explain the difference between at and in? Well, there's many differences between at and in, and I don't have time now because there's so many differences, Carlos. But what I will do is I'll put a link to a video that I talk about prepositions at or in. All right, guys, I gotta finish up like in the next minute. But I'll be back tomorrow or another day, so I can answer your questions. Grace, is it true? No, it's not. It's true. Pretty cat, what is the difference between I would rather, I would prefer? I would rather is more do something. Prefer is more of a choice. I'd rather, they mean the same, but they mean your preference, what you want. But I would rather go study English than go study piano. But you could also say, I prefer to study English more than piano. So they can mean the same thing. I would say rather is more of a, so action, doing something, and prefer is like, do you prefer vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream? There's no action there. You're not doing something. You're just making a choice. So if you're just making a choice, you'd probably use prefer. Carlos, why can't I say in work? Well, you can say in work. What kind of sentence are you trying to say? There are types of sentences to say in work. What will you talk on the second channel? Oh, the second channel is a special event happened on the second channel. I just have to talk to the... Hey, Ziad, this is the second channel. That one is the first channel. This Learn English Live is the second channel. So the first channel, Shaw English, there's a larger audience. I got to talk about some stuff there. All right, Hamza. Anyway, guys, I got to go. I'll see you in a few minutes on the other channel. And if I didn't answer your questions properly today, I'll have more time another day. Maybe tomorrow. I'll try to get in a few more live streams. So I'll a few more live streams every week. So I'll see you guys later. See you on the other channel. There'll be other people. The first channel. There might be over 100 people, so I might not be able to talk to everyone. Oh, hello, Nari. Sorry, Nari, I'm leaving. See you guys in a few minutes.